Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.
You're watching South Asia Newsline and here are the top stories we are tracking for you. Schools in India's violence hit Manipur reopen, attendance low. Human rights body condemns harassment of religious minorities in Pakistan. And Taliban administration orders beauty salons in Afghanistan to close. And now for all the details. After remaining shut for nearly 2 months due to ethnic clashes, schools reopened for classes 1st to 8th in India's violence-hit Manipur state on Wednesday. Though attendance in most institutes was recorded low on the first day, students, parents and teachers welcomed the government's decision to restart the classes. The extended period of staying at home had left students longing for the opportunity to reconnect with their friends and teachers as well as regain a sense of normalcy in their lives.
I think it's very hard for us because we were not able to study and we miss a lot of classes, especially the half-yearly exams, and we miss a lot of classes and it's very sad for us. I feel very happy that we are able to meet some friends even though some of are unable to come, but we are happy to resume the classes and I have to say we are very happy.
At least 80 people have been killed and more than 40,000 displaced since clashes broke out in May between ethnic Meitei and tribal communities. Sporadic incidents of violence and arson are still being reported despite the heavy presence of security forces in parts of the remote state which borders Myanmar. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif on Wednesday said he was hopeful that the short-term bailout of $3 billion from IMF may get approved by the Global Lenders Board. Pakistan and IMF had signed a staff-level agreement last week to avert an imminent default on its sovereign bonds. However, credit service agency Moodys Investor Service has said Pakistan's liquidity risk will remain high even after the standby arrangement made with IMF. The agency warned IMF financing on its own will not be enough for Pakistan to meet all its external debt repayments and will need a long-term financing plan to meet its large external financing needs. Moving on, human rights bodies have condemned the filing of cases against members of the Ahmadi community in Pakistan for engaging in ritual sacrifice during Eid. The incident has once again highlighted discrimination against minorities through draconian laws.
The Human Rights Commission of Pakistan has strongly condemned the harassment of religious minorities in Pakistan after multiple cases have been filed against the members of the Ahmadi community for engaging in ritual sacrifice during Eid al-Adha. Local media reported the complaints have been registered under the Pakistan Penal Code, which elaborates on penalty for Ahmadiyas calling themselves Muslim or propagating their faith. The minority community has faced persecution and targeted violence for several decades due to draconian laws over accusations that their faith insults Islam.
And 3,000 people have been victimized regarding minorities and other innocents. Many have been killed during the court trials. Many are in prisons, and many have been killed during the just a lagging time, and even in the police stations they have been killed. And there are also other social, economic and political reasons that why the minorities are facing atrocities in Pakistan.
Human rights defenders have long blamed blasphemy and other draconian laws are exploited by religious extremists as well as ordinary Pakistanis to settle personal scores against minorities, including Christians, Hindus, and Sikhs.
The Taliban's Morality Ministry spokesperson Mohammad Sadiq Akif on Tuesday ordered beauty salons to close within a month in the latest shrinking of access to public places for Afghan women. Beauty salons had sprung up in Kabul and other Afghan cities in the months after the Taliban were driven from power in late 2001. Many remained open after the Taliban returned to power 2 years ago, providing some women with jobs and their customers with their services. These salons are usually female only and have their windows covered so that customers cannot be seen from outside. Foreign governments and UN officials have condemned growing restrictions on women since the Taliban returned to power in 2021. The Taliban authorities have barred high schools and university for girls and put a ban on female NGO workers. Many public places, including gyms and parks, were also closed to women. And days after a lawsuit was filed against US President Joe Biden and Secretary of State Antony Blinken against latest US visa policy for Bangladeshi citizens, Dhaka has dissented from the lawsuit. Introduced in May this year, the United States said that under the new policy, it can restrict visa for citizens who undermine the election process in Bangladesh, which many believed is aimed at the current Sheikh Hasina administration. Bangladesh's Foreign Minister Abdul Momin, calling the plaintiffs as opportunists, said that the lawsuit was filed under ulterior motives. BD News quoted him as saying, "The lawsuit filed by Bangladeshi American Rabi Alam had called the new visa policy as unconstitutional and an obstruction to economic development of Bangladesh. The lawsuit claims the policy damages the country's image on world level." A rare sight of revered bonding has emerged as two brothers were seen carrying their elderly mother during the annual Kawar Yatra that began on Tuesday in India's Haridwar. Ram Kumar and Bhim are taking turns to carry their mother along with holy water from the Ganga river to their village near Shamli in Uttar Pradesh, some 150 kilometers away. The brothers said they had this long desire to take their mother along on this pilgrimage, which witnesses acts of devotion to Hindu god Lord Shiva.
ये मेरे मन की इच्छा थी पूरी। मैं अपनी मम्मी का रुके पीठ पे घुमा कर लाऊं, मैं अपने कंधों पे लाऊं। गंगा स्नान क्या कराया माता जी? गंगा स्नान करवाया। और अब लेके जा रहे हैं? एक लेके कंधे पे लेके जा रहे हैं। कितना लंबा सफर है? यहाँ से 25 के लगभग 150 किलोमीटर का सफर है। मुझे हर की पेट पे नुआ कर लाए, मेरी कावड़ लेकर जाने लग रहे। हाँ, शिव जी महाराज इनको बहुत देवा है।
In a unique initiative, members of the transgender community in India's Bihar have opened the first Transgender ReStore in the state. Operated by the LGBT community, the eatery has opened work opportunities for the people belonging to the marginalized community. It is an initiative by NGO Safar Dostana along with the government of Bihar.
सतरंगी दोस्ताना रेस्टोरेंट है, ये ट्रांसजेंडर समुदाय के नेतृत्व में संचालित है और ट्रांसजेंडर साथी इसमें काम कर रहे हैं, उनको मौका मिला है। हम पटना नगर निगम का बहुत बहुत थैंक यू करती हैं कि उन्होंने एक अच्छा सा इनिशिएटिव लिया और दोस्ताना सफ़र के साथ में मिलकर के एक ऐसा जगह बनाया जो पूरे भारत में एक अलहदा स्पेस है और हम समझती हैं कि हम पूरे भारत में एक नया इतिहास लिख रही हैं कि हम ट्रांसजेंडर साथी मुख्य धारा में भी शामिल हो सकती हैं और इस काम को कर सकती हैं।
India has about 2 million transgender people according to 2011 census. Although the Supreme Court ruled in 2014 that transgender people have equal rights under the law, they are often shunned and many survive through begging or sex work. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.
Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.